All right, let's look at this lesson now. In this lesson, I want to discuss the use of our E to F knee lever and our E to E flat knee lever. Now, on the E knife tuning, in my way of thinking, that's the two most common knee levers that you're going to be using. What I'm going to do with them is show you how you can show movement within a chord, and also how you can go from a basic chord like a G major, which in this instance we'll say 8, 6, 5, how we can show some movement to go to a G ninth chord. Now I'm calling a ninth simply by adding my 7th string to this chord. Now I know that's not going to be a full ninth chord, but it'll work over a G ninth chord. Now with the F knee lever, if we raise that 8th string up, we're trying to go like this. This is what we're trying to accomplish. Okay, if I raise it up 1 fret with my E to F knee lever, instead of having to go here, I'm doing it with the F knee lever, and instead of having to play my 8th string at the 5th fret, I can play my 7th string here at the 3rd fret. Same note. So on the first example, this is 2 different examples, I played 5, 6, 8, okay, that's simply for the G chord. So I play 5, 6, and 8, then I play 8 again by itself with the E to F knee lever in. Then I play 5, 6, 7. Then I strum 8, 7 with my thumb and play 5 and 6 index middle. That's going to be the G ninth chord. So again, real slow, it goes like this. Okay, so what you're doing, you're not resolving on this note. You're simply moving right into the next note and coming right back down to the G. So again, we're going 5, 6, 8 as a group, then pick 8 by itself with the F knee lever, play 5, 6, 7 as a group, then we play the last chord, we play 8, 7 with our thumb, 5, 6 together, index middle. Now that simply repeats out of the C chord. Okay, so I'm not going to talk it out of the C chord. Now the last thing we're doing, we use that to go to a ninth sounding or voicing of a chord. We're going to go to our 10th fret, which is D. In this chord, if we're on the key of G, we can go G, C, D, 7th. Now we can show a movement, a chromatic movement to go down to the 7th chord. Now to achieve that, we can use our E to E flat knee lever, which is the knee lever that lowers 4 and 8. Now I did that by playing the same group. I'm playing 5, 6, 8 here at the 10th fret. That's a D. Then I play my 8th string lowered with the E to E flat knee lever by itself. Then I go to a D7th, which is 5, 6, 9 at the 10th fret. So I'm doing this right here. Okay, so we can use that E to E flat knee lever to move to a seventh voicing of a chord simply by playing. It doesn't matter, I could have done it out of C, out of A, it doesn't matter. Once you learn how the steps of it, you pick 5, 6, 8 by itself, no pedals, no knee levers, that's D major. Pick 8th string while that's ringing, lowered with the ED flat knee lever. Then you play 5, 6, 9, no pedals, no knee levers, that's D7. Okay, so the next thing I want to touch on while I'm teaching this is that I'm not getting hung up on what chord this is. I'm simply using that as a device to get to the 7th. The same thing here when I was in G and I raised that 8th string with the E to F knee lever. I'm not worried about what I'm going to call that chord. It's simply getting me to the 9th chord. I'm not worried about what I'm going to call that. Okay, so that's playing that exercise using the E to F to get from G to G9. I did the same thing out of C. So I'm going from C to C9. And in the D chord, I'm going to use my ED flat knee lever to achieve a chromatic type sound to get to the 7th. And the song or the chord progression went back to G. Okay, I'll give you another little, maybe a helpful hint on these strums. When you're strumming that, just think of that like you're pinching. So you're just strumming 8, 7 with your thumb. You're picking 6 with your index, 5 with your middle. I did that by crossing my hand, like I'm pinching. Okay, now the second example, I'm taking that same concept, but I'm just going backwards. I'm starting with the 5, 6, 7, and I'm having that F already engaged and going to G. So I play 5, 6, 7, no pedals, no knee levers, 5, 6, 8 with the E to F, and then I release that F knee lever. I do the same exact thing out of C. Okay, then in the D7th, I'm simply going to go backwards from the first example. I'm playing 5, 6, 9 first. That's D7th. I play 5, 6, 8 with the ED flat knee lever in, then release it. Then it resolves back to G, 5, 6, 7. Then 5, 6, 8 with the E to F knee lever in, then release it. Okay, so this is a very easy and effective way to use your ED flat knee lever and your E to F knee lever. Now you don't want to do that in every key every time. And again, you may not like this going up. You may like the sound of it coming down in the second example. It's real easy to do, and I think it's a good lick. Now the 7th one, it works, to me it sounds good simply by lowering that 8th string. resolving on your knife. I like the sound of that. Or if you want to go backward, that's a real easy lick to do. So if you're playing behind the singer, the band, the keyboard player, and you're going over G, C, D, you can use the E to F knee lever and the G and the C to achieve the walk up. Then when it goes to the D chord, you can use the E to E flat knee lever to walk it down if it goes to a D7. Okay, then you have the option of either not having the knee lever engaged, so it wasn't engaged, then I raised it, or you can start with it already down and release it. So again, in just all my lessons, I want you to experiment with it, see which one you like, and then add that to your repertoire and your own licks. So you can do using the E to F knee lever to achieve going up the scale, then out of the 7th chord, in this case it's D7 to 10th, you can use the E to E flat knee lever to go down the scale. Without moving any fret, just incorporating knee levers. Okay, so I think this is a real effective way that you can use your E to F in E to E flat knee lever, going from a major to a 9th chord, and then using your E to E flat to go from a major to a 7th. And you can add 1 and 2. That's also a 9th chord. Okay, so give this a try and let me know what you think, and I hope it helps you, gives you some ideas on how to improve your playing, and hope you enjoyed it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if you did, you can hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to support us here on our YouTube channel, you can hit the join button below. Also, if you want to check out any of the equipment that we're using, you can click on the Amazon link in the description below. So if you want access to the tab and backing track for this lesson, you can click on the Patreon link. So as always, Jacob and I appreciate you, hope you enjoyed the lesson, and keep picking.